Why didn't we close up early today?
Whatever for, Simon?
Because I can think of a lot better ways to spend this afternoon than this.
Oh, yes? And what might they be?
Why don't we just take off by ourselves and see where it leads us? Is that a yes?
That's that we've got a store to run and we can't just slip away like love-struck teenagers every time we get the urge. Although I'd love to.
Well, I guess we'll just have to make the best of it here. Hope no customers come in. You know what? I think it's time to settle the accounts for the winter.
Which accounts?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to visit the nearby farms, and I'm going to find out how many contracts I can get from the farmers to sell their vegetables here in the store.
I was hoping you'd take care of that. You're much better at dealing with the accounts than I am. You know what? I'll bet that you come from a family that knew an awful lot about business.
I doubt very much if I was a businessman in my former life.
I think you could have been anything you wanted to be.
I want to be with you.
There's not much money in it.
I know. But I just found out that the best things in life are definitely free. See you later.
Hello again. Hi. How are you feeling?
Oh, fine, thank you.
Well, no more fainting spells?
No, none at all.
Good. I, take it that you saw a doctor, right?
Oh, I did. I saw a doctor, and I got a clean bill of health.
Oh, I'm so glad. We were really worried about you.
We?
Yes, Simon and I.
Yes, Simon. Oh, that's right. How is Simon?
Great.
Well, good. I'm very glad to hear that.
What brings you back to Pawtuck?
Well, actually, I was toying with the idea of maybe moving here, buying a place nearby.
You'd love the area, especially if you have a large family. Do you have any other children besides the two boys?
No.
Well, if your husband likes the outdoor life, I mean, if he likes hunting, fishing, he is going to be real comfortable around this area.
Well, actually, my husband, he was lost in a plane crash and presumed dead.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yes, it was very tragic. For all of us. Fortunately, though, my father lives with us, and he's just been a pillar of strength for all of us.
I can imagine how much the boys must miss their dad.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah.
A lot. But my father has done everything he can to just fill that void. He's a wonderful man. He's so sweet. I'm sure he would just love it up here.
That's great.
You know, I showed you a picture of my boys.
Yeah.
Well, might as well just show you a picture of my dad. Oh, his name's Edward, by the way.
Edward.
Now there, isn't that handsome devil?
I know him.
You do?
Yes. I mean, he's been by Pawtuck. He's been through here twice in the past few weeks. Didn't he mention it to you?
No, he never said he'd been here.
Oh, that's strange.
No, well, actually, it really isn't strange if you knew my father. No, he's incredible when it comes to keeping secrets.
Well, I am back from the financial wars.
None the worse for wear, I
No,
hope.
ma'am, I was a smashing success. I'll tell you what, we're going to have more than enough vegetables on these shelves for the entire winter and at a wonderful price.
Wonderful. Oh.
You know what?
What?
I love being out in the countryside at this time of the year, and the leaves are just, they're just so breathtaking, and
I know.
And the air's so invigorating. It's fabulous.
It's my favorite time of the year, you know that?
You know, I'm sure that the country life is... It's no surprise that it's the healthiest way of life. I know that the farmers work hard, but, you know, it really must do them an awful lot of good. Am I being naive?
Yes, and I love you for it.
You know, it's not surprising you don't have a doctor in this place. Nobody never gets sick.
We're not that healthy.
You know what I mean. I mean, you know, illness can sometimes be a state of mind, not a physical disability.
Well, that's true, but there are always emergencies. And then there's no substitute for professional medical care.
I am sure that there has to be a doctor out there somewhere who would just love to set up a practice here in Pawtuck.
Now, all we have to do is find him.
Gee, life is really full of strange surprises. You never know what's going to happen, though, do you?
Oh, speaking about surprises, I had a very nice one today. Do you remember that woman that came in? She was here about a week and a half ago. She fainted. She returned.
What?
I know. I mean, it just seems like this place has become a magnet for strangers lately, doesn't it?
Yes. Where's the woman now?
She went back home.
What did she want?
She mentioned something about moving here.
Dear God.
Something the matter with that?
No, I was just thinking, you know, it's such a nice little place, Pawtuck. It's a shame to see it start to get overcrowded.
Yeah. One more family won't hurt. Oh, and listen to this. Remember that elderly man? He came in here a couple of weeks ago. He was very friendly, and he asked a lot of questions, remember?
No.
Well, of course you do. You sat and you talked with him. I mean, he was a very distinguished-looking man. He looked like a chairman of the board, or maybe a bank president.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember. What about him?
An amazing coincidence. He was the father of this woman.
No.
Yes, she showed me a picture. Can you believe it? They're from the same family.
It is a pleasure to be back on a regular diet again.
Trying to take off a few pounds, were you, sir?
Well, that wasn't my intention, though I must say it's a lot easier to push oneself away from a table that's laden with bad food. This meal is more expensive, but it is worth every penny, and I intend to enjoy every single mouthful. A little more wine, please.
The house's finest again, sir.
Well, of course. I mean, do I look like a man who would accept anything less? Monica.
Good evening, Edward.
Why don't you join me?
I am not here to eat.
Oh? Well, what are you here for?
I have been looking for you.
Well, why are you so grim?
Well, don't you know?
I haven't the slightest idea.
We have to talk, Edward, and we have to talk right now.
Oh, good Lord, look at the time. I'm late for an
Edward,
appointment.
Edward.
I'm sorry,
Edward.
Monica. We're just going to have to chat later.
Edward, I'm...
Monica, pick up the check, would you?